What's up, boys? We're back with some more Spell Brigade for update 11. There's an entirely new wizard with a pretty cool mechanic. His spells have a chance to be infused with a random element. You can't hover over it, but the chance is fairly low. I'd guess probably about 5%. But he has an entirely new spell as well. Summons little minions that attack everything. So let's jump on in. There is a completely new boss, and the old one was also reworked pretty heavily as well. He now has 3 different phases and a bunch of new attacks overall. So here's our little imps. They run around and then flail their arms all over the place. So we'll probably be looking mainly for the stats that improve how much they can hit, basically, to really synergize with the elemental infusion thing. We're looking for like cast speed, duration, maybe size if that's available. So we've taken the Covenant to make it so I only have those, and we can get all of our upgrades focused on it. That will also allow us to get lots of focused augmentations for it. I've only seen 3 different ones so far. I'm not sure if there's any more than that, but you can get extra minions each summon. You can have explosions at the end of their lifetime, and there's also a guaranteed crit on their very first hit, as well as a large boost to their critical damage. And then the infusions seem to stack on top of any of the other ones you also add to the spell. So you can basically have 3 infusions every once in a while, I think. So we've got a random dark one there. I think we'll probably want at least 1 copy of Lightning Infusion, just to improve the AoE and sort of chain any other cool infusions we add on. Ooh, big damage. I will take it that high, even though cast and duration are some of the stats I want the most. Just too good to pass up. Random ice one there. It also means that if you stack 2 of the same element, it might actually be possible to get a 3rd of the same element on top of that. I'm not sure on that or not, but if that's possible, then a triple acid might be kind of insane for utility and just shredding bosses, since the little mini patch before this, they also buffed the effect of acid. Blocker that. I'll get a bit of damage for now. I feel like I'm probably just going to play this wizard for basically every build and just often stack the really fast hitting spells. Just do cool like combos of the different elemental infusions, I feel like. That's not the most important, since we only have 1 spell anyways. I think I'm just gonna grab that since they're kinda close in value anyways. It looks weird, but the global values lose a lot of value when you're only doing 1 spell, I feel like. So this is just our regular level. We'll take some duration there. So I think we'll probably want at least 1 copy of the Explode, but for now, I think doubling the entire spell is probably the way to go. Big health. I guess I'll take that over basics. There were a few other quality of life things as well. They made it so that you can't get global upgrades that won't apply to any of your spells. So I guess like spell size and spell duration won't appear unless you can actually get value out of those. Spell damage will get us the infusion at least. So, no lightning. What do we want to go here? I feel like having one copy of ice is very useful, but maybe with a lot of cast speed we can just rely on the random stuff for that. Let's try lots of mind control here. Ooh, nice duration. Cast speed. Duration. Oh, you probably could just toss out the reroll if they're all basic upgrades as well. What is that? He's white. That must be ice and dark, I guess? I think I will take a luck though, even at basic that's pretty good I feel like. The solar pulse spell is actually quite cool on this guy, since it has such a fast attack speed. It's just like constantly shifting colors with a random elemental infusion added on. I bet the ether beam is pretty cool as well for the same reason. I haven't actually tried that one yet though. Yeah, we can toss a reroll there. Ooh, decent damage. Yeah, I'll grab that. Kind of an awkward spot with all of the walls here. Very limited mobility. Big armor, sure. Let's try and pull them away a bit so we can finish it in one more pass, I think. That's fine. So here's the crits and the explode. Let's go ahead and grab a copy of that. Okay, I barely made it. Not a great spot to have that wave come through either when we're in the middle of all the walls and surrounded at the same time. Kind of want to go for the cast speed if they're within one rarity. It's just more fun getting lots of the spell infusion random stuff going on. That guy's like running really fast as I'm trying to get past him. What the heck? Go ahead and grab our final infusion. So no lightning. Corrupting over time sounds kind of interesting. I haven't really messed around with that much, but I think that sounds like a better pairing with Dark to apply it more often. And we will occasionally get acid out on the boss simply from the wizard passive. Armor's okay. I'm not really in love with any of these. Main thing would be going for the armored damage thing on the second pickup. Like that one. Well, I guess we could do that. I might be kind of slow due to the pickup we got on that earlier. So that would be a bit over 30% movement speed reduction. We would be slightly negative. Should be a lot of damage though. I guess we'll try it. I'm not even sure damage is that valuable in this game. Honestly, might just be a mistake taking that once we already have that big armor pickup. Let's go crit chance here. That's so much unavoidable damage. Yeah, it's weird, just having a lot of damage just doesn't really feel like it improves your character much in this game. Like, you're still completely swarmed, you can still barely move, and then I have no way to avoid this now. Let's go cast speed here. Well, I guess that one got slightly desynced by the dark somehow. We barely squeezed through. I can't squeeze through there. I feel like massively improving my damage might have actually made me weaker. Yeah, we can grab blue XP. Am I going to barely fail this quest because of that thing? Okay. We did it! I don't have that much crit chance. Let's go ahead and improve that by 50%. So definitely not that. We'll take some duration here. More duration. There is nowhere to move. Cast speed. I guess probably duration. Could really use some movement speed, please. Like, they're spawning in a way that I can't even avoid them. These are not really going to help me. This hurts so bad. So, between these, let's get some movement speed then. I'm probably going to have to die again to get out of here. Feels kind of bad to just have like a guaranteed 2 deaths that you can't really avoid. But maybe we can do something now. Damage duration. Yeah, we can. Oh, well, I mean, I can't take a common over an epic, can I? That just feels like you're going to, like, lose more. Big crit damage, okay. big base damage. Like, they're spawning in a way that you can't avoid them. Why? Movement speed. None of these are super helpful, probably just the duration here. Lucky spot on those guys at least. I'm gonna get some more movement speed, although I want the cast speed there. Spell damage, but cast speed more fun for infusions. See if we can send our imps up to those statues and finish that off at least. And then I think we'll try a copy of that. Fortunately, we're already super heavy on the crit damage with not a lot of crit chance, and that kind of doesn't help it that much, but we'll try it. Maybe it will at least give us some burst damage to, like, peel enemies off of us a little bit. And then again, maybe we just won't be able to move anywhere. Cast speed. Crit chance, we really need that now since we're at 347 on the imps. Probably cast speed. And then some more cast speed. I think I can avoid everything here. Ooh, big cast speed. Good duration for more hits there. Big crit damage, we have so much of that already, but it's way higher than the other stuff. You know, solo hardcore is actually insanely hard if you don't get the leech item to recover, like, the unavoidable damage. I think we need some more movement speed still just to help me dodge stuff, and we're already pretty crit damage heavy. Then we'll grab duration here, the highest rarity. guess so. Ew. I guess spell damage. We're getting kind of close to the boss here. I haven't actually faced the new frog boss yet, so I have no idea what he does. From the update notes graphic in there, it looked like he had some sort of suction attack that would like constantly pull you in. So that might actually counter my build with the low movement speed. It's kind of late, but epic. See if we can get a bunch of imps right on top of his spawn for a nice burst of damage at the start. I think crit chance with all the damage we have. I think this is like the 4th or 5th time I've seen this guy with no frog yet. It's supposed to be random, I think. He's got a new bullet hell attack there in the second phase. We're actually phasing him pretty quickly with all the summons right on top of him. I think the bullet hell is slightly different in this phase. I think it's like fires more bullets and rotates or something. But he might not even get it off since my damage is actually quite high. Another minion. So it looks like there are 3 of them, and this is the only one that gets multiple copies here then. Cast speed. That might kill me, but we've kind of already won the run, so it's whatever. 41.3 and 170, 220% damage. Movement to help counteract that a bit. I don't feel like pickup is really that strong of a stat here. More movement so we can have the opportunity to take more armor if I ever feel like it. Big damage. I'll do luck, I guess. One issue I've found with the imp summon is that if you're constantly like looking around the map for like chests and stuff, or to maybe see what your teammates are up to in multiplayer, is that it's kind of hard to see enemies under the huge horde of them when you're like glancing around all over the place. Like you can kind of see them if you're just staring at that one area, not really paying attention to stuff around you. But it's kind of hard to see it at a glance, and there isn't really an option to turn down spell effects in this game, since most of them don't really have much of an issue with it. These guys are really strong all of a sudden. Spell duration. I think this is my least favorite quest objective. It is just really hard to pull off when there's a lot of enemies that are hard to avoid. Might not even be doable now. Also might just be dead. There's so many of them. Don't know that I can do this without dying. I hate this quest, man. Crit chance might be better. We have a ton of duration, ton of crit damage. XP probably doesn't even do anything at this point, but whatever, it's a legendary. I think I'm dead anyways, though. There's just nowhere to move at this point. Like, I literally don't even have enough time to finish the quest. Okay, I can't even do anything, I guess. Enough time with the insane number of unavoidable enemies right now. Armor for the thing. I don't think we really need to though. Cast speed is just the most fun. Occasionally getting those little triple infusion guys out. Looks like an ice and a dark one there on top of what we've already got. So it seems like we can at least do double dark. Not sure if we can do the triple. I haven't done any double same elements on them yet. That was a good spawn point for that, but it's so hard to move around. Well, I guess we can actually just bait them through it as all of the imps swarm up there. You don't actually need to be in the circle, you just need the enemies in there. So that might not be too bad, actually. Yep, just more summons at this point. Do we get any more items at this point? I think they stop spawning at a certain point in the infinite modes. Don't know exactly when that happens though. Probably going to like end up in a spot where I can't move by searching for them though. I'm not seeing any chests, and it feels super risky going into the corners. Big damage. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? Oh, you actually regen revives over time in single player as well. Huh, okay. I think crit chance here. I guess that's what you do, you just die and take the revives then. Crit chance again. I think the ideal item setup would probably be the one that gives you crit damage based on like low rarity stuff first, and then the leeching one. Those two seem to be pretty far above all of the other ones. Shouldn't that many imps just like instantly mind control everything? Again, probably too late, but it's a lot higher. Cast speeds. Okay, I guess you regen up to 1 revive, it looks like. There was like a progress bar on it earlier when we had none left. Yeah, there's just nowhere to move now. They just spawn so close together, and there's not a lot of places to go. They're pretty fast as well. Not even that close to the boss. I can't really survive until that point. Kind of feels like you need the leeching item, I think. That one is just OP. I do have a lot of imps out now. But they don't really help me, like, try to move through openings. They just kind of do a lot of damage to stuff that's already following behind me. Duration. But yeah, I think this wizard actually would be really cool with multiple spells that do a lot of hits to enemies. Just wanted to really show off the imps and see what they were capable of. We almost made it to a second boss on hardcore, and I don't even have maxed out meta progression yet. It actually takes you an insanely long time for that in this game. But there is nowhere to go now. Jesus. Well, they're all on the other side. Maybe we can try to get this thing done. Big cast speed. We can funnel them through one opening with a huge number of imps right in front of it. But it's not actually helping very much. They're immortal. No. What? I guess I'm dead. Well, not terrible. We reached a nice level. Pretty good crit stats. So I guess the imps don't work with spell size then, since we weren't seeing that as a global upgrade. $49 million damage for the Hellfire. I think having at least one copy of Lightning is probably always going to be an upgrade. It's just so nice having all that extra AoE potential. not too bad for a first shot at the character with just the one spell. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.